There, now, the recording has started for YouTube. I'm glad I actually remembered. Hello, YouTube. If you missed this here live, obviously, you can now watch it on YouTube. That's great. Anyway, so let's get started.
Recording is good.
Right, so if you guys remember the last time, you had fought some
I remember.
right?
Remember some things. Big bugs. I remember big bugs.
Right.
Yeah, we went through It Came from the Desert, and then...
Right.
Right. And
Oh,
then
we
there
have a
was
pet
Acid
ogre.
Splash.
We have a pet ogre.
You do have a... yes, you do.
He's less of a
Actually,
pet. I think he's more of a temp. He's like an intern.
Yeah.
I should go to this. This is the map that you guys were left on. I believe the viewers were getting a sneak peek at a map that you're not supposed to see yet. Anyway, right. So anybody, you guys don't watch the
I have
stream, right?
chat.
You don't watch the
I
stream.
have
obviously.
chat.
No, yeah, I just have chat open separately. I don't have the stream.
All right, good. Okay, so yeah, some acid splash. You fought some bugs. You have an ogre that happened to have lost his friend. That was sad. And you're
That was
currently
sad.
yeah, it was. It felt bad. Oh wait, did he pick up his axe? I'm gonna say he picked up
What's
his
the
axe.
ogre's name? I can't remember.
I assume he picked up his axe. I had that written down
Yeah, you have it
somewhere.
written down good because I could
Where's
go
down
and get it. Because I didn't.
Oh, Gira.
Yeah, Gira. Actually, there's a couple of extra A's and a U in there, so it's like Gira. But anyway, we have already started the day off with a donation. Then that's fantastic. Coming in with $5. Thank you. And another one, $21.98 coming in from the Evil Genius and Joe Lioto. Thank you very much, guys. Fantastic for it. Right. So, also after all that, you guys walked into this sort of very clean cutout cavern, if you will, or turns out that it could have been a tomb, and you're talking to the spirit, who is still around, who doesn't remember his name. He's a nameless spirit.
That's right.
And his last task that he was charged with was to get rid of an artifact of Grump, right?
And to defend the tomb of Grimwell Stormblade or whatever?
Yeah, he's defending the tomb,
Somebody.
but his actual, the last actual task that he was given was to destroy the amulet. So it seemed like if we let him do that he would go away, and then we could. Plunder is the wrong word, but
That's pretty good.
That's a pretty good word.
we could accumulate whatever items are in the tomb,
Accumulate.
possibly a significant anti-orc sword,
Could be a
which also may be cursed or not. We don't know.
And something I wanted to mention, in my haste of the last time, I did describe it as a sword. I said storm blade. It's actually I was wrong. So if you need to change some notes there, it was a storm hammer. So it's an actual. It's a hammer.
It's a mace.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's not actually a sword. It's not a cutty. It's a slammy.
But it was called Stormblade.
I know, but there's no storm hammer. Storm
hammer,
blade is
okay.
what I was trying to remember the name of it, and on the call there, I didn't recall it properly.
So it's Grimwell Stormhammer?
Yeah, makes more sense. You'll find out why it makes more sense in a bit.
Yeah, so this unknown spirit wants to destroy this artifact, but right now apparently it didn't have a connection to Grump.
Yeah, we were like, okay, here, destroy the amulet, and he's like, amulet not recognized.
Basically, yeah, there was an error there in his detection. Now, it is true though, because the fact that you were able to remove it without swearing fealty, and we know what that means, to Grump, there was an issue with that, and so it took a lot of effort for you, actually. It took a lot of effort to cut through or not even really cut through. It was just enough to sever the connection from you and Grumps, and you were able to take the amulet off. So the interesting thing about that is, how do you get Grump's attention? How do you get Grumps to come back and have a connection with that amulet? How do you do that?
I put it on. That's how we ended last episode.
Step one, put it on. Oh, you had put it on. You just put the thing back. Oh,
Yeah, you actually, I don't remember that. Okay, right. So you
do.
put the amulet.
I knew I knew she was about to.
No, she just put it on and we stopped.
Right. Okay, that was pretty good.
No
cliffhanger,
discussion.
too.
She just put it on. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, right.
I mean,
So
worst case scenario, I end up, one-eyed, and again, eye patch, and obviously I become a villain. Because, I'll look that way.
Well, yeah.
We have Eric sit on you for a while and figure out what to do.
There's going to be some interesting events here in just a second. Griffin
could-
North, $15.
I could
Thank
sit.
you very much for that. And Zerxer for $4.30. Very much appreciated. Thank you for your continued generosity. Right, so you put the amulet on. So now it's around your neck.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing happens. Interesting. So what happens next is the Nameless. We're going to refer to him as Nameless. This particular individual has no name. And he mentions to you, it may take some time to get Grump's connection back with the amulet. You could probably speed it up by doing certain things. One particular thing you could do that is mentioned by him is you could either vocally, or you can just think it really, really good. Do some meditation, if you will. Sit down with the amulet, spend some time with it, and perhaps challenge Grumps to a duel.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, I have my psionic investigation ability, right? Where I can sit down with an object for 10 minutes and concentrate on it, learn basic facts, get the mental image where it's been. Basically, I'm sort of mind melding with an object. That's already one of the things that I can sort of do in general. So it seems to me that would be the first avenue I would try. I would try to do that mind meld with the object.
Or start calling him names, go out and kill a couple orcs, you know.
Yeah, and then that'll be the next thing.
Fine.
Okay.
I will channel through him my hatred of orcs and my desire to destroy all things orcish, including himself.
Okay.
He couldn't control me last time. He's clearly a weak so-called god. Not impressed.
Oh
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No. This is definitely
that's
probably
a challenge to a duel right there.
yeah. This is going to get some
There we
attention.
go.
There's no doubt about it. But how much time is it going to take? That is the question. Now, if you also, I'm gonna say Nameless also mentions to both Eric and Lasan, mentions to you while this is going on, if there's any sudden abrupt change in Tao's behavior,
Just leave.
it would be a very good idea to restrain, or at least attempt to restrain Tao.
Should
And-
we restrain her first?
Yeah. Lisan, maybe you should take Tao's daggers away. You know?
That's what I'm
case.
thinking.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
that.
I think so.
Absolutely, you can definitely take her
She's
daggers
scary.
away.
Tao's a little spooky. So
Stepping,
come here, sweetie.
So,
Yeah,
Yes, let's do
I'll
that.
set down my stuff. I'll remove my shield and I'll like sit down there on the ground behind Tao, I guess. Just like wait to see if anything happens. You know,
Okay.
a year ago I made like armor and horseshoes and nails and stuff. When did life become whatever?
Life finds a way.
Women.
life finds a way. All right, so, well, guys, some time is going to be passing. Now, you can't restrain Tao beforehand. You can't, that's just dumb. And also, Tao wouldn't be able to
Wasn't going to,
concentrate
yeah.
with somebody touching her. Like,
Yeah, that's what I
hours.
think. I
No,
just
but
sat
we
down
can
and I'm
disarm
ready.
her.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't
Yeah,
take her
yeah.
daggers away. That is true.
And
yes.
the magic missile wand,
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Tao, if you're
Yeah.
okay with this, then they can
Please.
procure your items, your
Yeah.
danger to other people and yourself items.
Look, she's considering this.
No,
It's
no,
a
no.
hard
I
thing.
give up those. The problem is I have my other super hidden dagger, and it's like it's one of those things that like it hurts to consider giving that up, because in all cases it's the
And of course,
emergency escape
She
thing.
has her mind too, which is,
Mhm.
Fine, she does it. She just holds out a hand, and then another dagger appears.
Oh, of
Okay.
course.
Take that one too.
Of
Ooh.
course. Oh,
Okay.
All right, so you have no daggers on you. Okay, very interesting.
that we know of.
That you know of.
Yeah.
It's
that-
like another uber ultra secret.
Well, she's psionic, right? She could have one that she has like psionically locked away in her mind, so she's not even aware of it until she needs it. It's like she doesn't even know where it's hidden. But like, if she needs it, suddenly that memory will trigger, and she's like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
The Manchurian dagger.
yeah."
Yes.
Manchurian dagger.
That's a good one. You should actually get on that later.
Should have that for sure. All right, so well, some time is going to pass by. Nameless, though, mentions before all this, I should say. Nameless says that when you are entreating with Grumsh, as could happen, don't forget to summon him. And all you have to do to summon him is to spend, it's going to be 1d4 rounds, which I'll let you roll later. 1d4 rounds to just sort of think of him without a name, whatever reason, it's still going to work. And then you're able to summon him, and he will help you he will aid you. Right?
Oh, summon you.
The Nameless.
You'll
I
summon
thought
the
you were
Nameless.
about summoning Grump.
We thought we were talking about summon orc god. It seemed like that idea.
Well, you're
But
doing
okay,
both,
yes,
actually. So basically, right now, you're challenging Grumsh to hopefully come back and have a connection with the amulet, and then when that connection happens, you can then summon the Nameless one to aid in what is going to possibly happen.
All right.
If you get to choose form of duel, like old stories where a person played with like death or fiddle with devil or something, don't choose fighting. I'm just guessing. Don't choose fighting with Grumsh.
Fingadita.
Hearthstone.
Fingadita says Grumsh is this lackey to an elven god. Now that's interesting because I don't know. Has anybody got any knowledge, history or anything like
No.
that? No. No history.
I don't even have
Nothing.
Not really history. I mean, you could even say just, you know what? Just roll an investigation check. This is stuff that most people just know. Actually, you know what? Lasan, you get a bonus 4.
Oh.
Wow.
Yay!
So
I know
you
about the
skipped
accordion
that
now.
day. What?
My
2 ones in a row.
Austin is 50.
All right. Well. Oh, here we go. All right. Quill knows. Quill, and
That's
having
cheating.
that time, trying to bake those pies when you have to let crusts do what crusts do. There's time to read. Apparently, the other two were always busy with something else. So Tal, you know specifically that
Some, like,
there is a story.
and rare deities, because Oppenser is sort of my deity, and that's one that almost no one knows anything about.
Oh, okay. But as the story goes, as the tale goes, there was a fight between the elven god, whose name I cannot remember at the moment.
Sander? No.
No,
Maybe.
Orlon Lethelian? Or...
Yes, that one.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
It's like
Between
there's L's in it.
yes, exactly. I couldn't remember elven. That's crazy. Right. So between the elven god and Grumsh, right? You had these two fighting each other, and Grumsh drew blood in that war. These two gods going together, and it is said that blood is what gave birth to the elven race in the beginning at all. So it just like the splashes of his blood, this god's blood, and then sprouts the elves.
So Grumsh is actually the creator of the elven race.
Yeah, sort of.
That's some like reverse total.
He's taking
shit
credit.
there.
Yeah.
Totally taking credit, I'm sure. Yeah.
He doesn't
yeah.
like the elves though, at all. But I will say that when it comes to Grumsh, having only one eye, the tale is that this elven god was able to remove his eye. In that battle, he took out Grumsh's eye. Now, the orcs or anybody who follow Grumsh believe that that's just propaganda being spread by the elves. Grumsh always only had the one eye, right? He didn't get hurt. He didn't have his eye removed by some other elven god. No,
Of course.
I thought it was propaganda to cover up the fact that it was just like a shaving accident.
that's a major shaving accident.
Yes, it is. Didn't want to admit that to anyone. So it was like, no, it was the elves. We got to ban the elves. Yeah.
Briarstone needs to update the overlay. Did I not?
Still says level 3. Actually, I don't think I added my hit points either.
Oh, you know what? I actually have that changed. I just didn't implement it. Give me just 1 second.
Whoops.
Actually, you know what? I'll do it on the break. On the break, I'll do it.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. All right, so that's I think that's everything. That's a little bit of knowledge that you guys now have. Tao just tells you this stuff, I suppose, before she goes into a trance and tries to call on somebody she probably shouldn't call on. And yeah, that's it. So.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Right. Some time passes. And
was just looking for brother.
Tao Oh, don't forget, guys, you also have an ogre. You have a half ogre.
Yeah.
No.
I think he can wait outside.
Oh God.
This is confusing for us, but like I'm okay with being confused. I'm not sure I'm as okay with ogre guy being confused.
Plus, it wouldn't hurt to have someone like guarding outside the cave or whatever.
That's
Yeah.
true. You guys want to send the ogre to
Shout.
watch the cave entrance?
Just stand him at the door or something.
He's,
Yeah.
that's a really good thing for him to do. It's not exactly a hard task. He can certainly do that.
He's big enough. Just wedge him in the door and stay there. You're fine.
Yeah, like the old sumo hockey goalie trick.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and bring up my notes. All right. So after some time passes, we got the rules. They're showing. Okay, good.
C#.
Tal, you sort of lose. You have your eyes closed and that sort of thing, and you're really
You lose
concentrating.
your eyes.
And it goes from like when you keep your eyes closed for a long period of time. Sometimes you see like those little
Floaters.
patterns and stuff like that float by
Yeah.
in terms of its brown or black darkness and everything, and sometimes green light. But you sort of like move past all that, and then it starts to get brighter and brighter and brighter, and before you know it, it's really bright. And it's sort of like a mixture. You're in a group of clouds almost, and they're like golden and red and orange, and it's just like beaming forth in some white light and stuff like that. And that's what you're seeing right now. It's very, very, very bright. And
DMT.
there's
Seems less grumpy than I expected.
yeah.
Is it like kaleidoscoping at all? Because we don't want to go all 2001: A Space
no,
Odyssey.
not kaleidoscoping.
Okay.
And as that's going on, quickly, very quickly, the gold seems to fade away, and you start to feel heavier instead of lighter. You were feeling lighter, almost floating in that area, but now you're starting to feel a little bit heavier, and you could swear that your feet are now touching something more solid, and you start to really, really, really feel heavier and heavier. Like more so than your natural weight. You're standing with a little bit more weight than normal. And
I shouldn't have had that second piece of pie.
and as you're looking out, they're looking up. For some reason, something's just like drawing your eyes upwards. You see a very, very flash, like an interest, like an, what do you call it? There's a quick flash of light that sort of flickers and then comes back, and you start to realize that it's someone blinking. And it's a big one-eye creature. The clouds then they lose all color except for the color of red, and a really, really deep black, like it's just black and red. It starts to get really sinister. You look down and around you, and what you see is the stone daze, and there is blood sort of running through the crevices of that daze.
Ooh.
And all you basically can see of what you now will consider Grumsh is the massive arms and hands that are sort of being there, and his eye way, way up. You can't see the rest of his body. He's just like this big sort of disembodied hands and the forearms and this eye. So that's what it's very, very nerve-wracking. Right now, I dare say your heart is sort of racing a bit more.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little wisdom check just personally to see like how I'm coping with the stress here. Okay. So I spit.
I spit on
I
thee.
so assemble the last vestiges of my nerves. I mean, Tao's a badass and everything, but let's be honest. You're standing there's a god. It's like a whole other tier. It's not even like let's be realistic. I'm not even an ant.
You can't ambush the god.
Yeah.
You're bare in front of him effectively.
Yeah. But I summoned just enough to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Grump, there's no silence after that action. There's just this booming voice that reverberates back and forth in your head. Almost makes your eyes sort of, you have this little bit of a vibration going on. It's hard to really focus. As Grump speaks to you, he says, "You wish to further dishonor me, the one who defied my trust, if you will, I guess, when it comes to the amulet. taking that amulet. Defied my will. That's what it is. You defied my will and defiled my gift. There it is. And then you come before me and you spit on my ground, my hallowed ground.
From hell's heart I stab at thee.
He doesn't say anything else, actually. What he does do is, well, there's an initiative check. Roll good.
Oh,
Roll
good.
I'm just saying, roll good.
Oh, I gotta
Roll good. Roll
good.
really good.
Well, I do still have advantage on initiative rolls.
Roll better than me.
Oh!
24.
Yes. No, what?
Oh, you have an advantage. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't.
All right.
That is quite a
I mean,
disparity there.
especially here in
That
the
was
realm of the
nerve-wracking.
mind where we're fighting, I do have, that slight thing.
You have
I'm not gonna
24.
say I have an advantage on over Grump, but at least I've got that.
It is his domain.
I mean, I act a
even with
little
a
faster than you might
24,
expect a mortal to act.
even with a 24, and I'm gonna attribute it to the fact that you had a wisdom save.
Mhm.
Even with a 24, you barely see this coming. You barely see this coming.
Woodstone says, taunt him with the fact that you have depth
You have
perception.
depth perception.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I have depth perception. That's pretty good. So, the body or the arms sort of fade back into the clouds, and before you can even blink, it comes rushing back out with this massive spear, right? And it comes charging right at your core, and you're able to just barely sidestep it as it goes thrusting right past you and pulls back. Now, that's good. That's good that you were able to do that.
Uh-huh.
Roll a where is it?
I agree.
Okay, now that you're here, roll a DC 13 Wisdom.
Okay. I will note that at this point, I'm definitely... Well, hell, I didn't really even, taunt him. I'm not going to engage in banter with Grump too much, other than the one spit. I will be starting to think about the unnamed Guardian guy, but DC, what kind of save? What was it?
DC 13.
What save?
Wisdom.
Done.
Okay. All right,
I think I have
so
advantage on these.
you
Or
were
not
able
advantage.
to think clearly enough at this point to try to do exactly what the Nameless told you and try to summon him.
Okay.
Okay, roll a D4.
All right, you
Right.
guys survived for D4 rounds.
Okay.
Almost
That's
So
that's
for
solid.
Two
That's fine.
more rounds. So not counting this round. This is when you start. It's going to be 2 rounds after this one that it actually starts. Okay, so this. Yeah, you're not out of the woods yet.
People keep asking the chat if I've already rolled up a second character. No, what do they think? Nothing bad's gonna happen here.
Oh,
Everything's gonna be fine, just fine, everybody. Don't worry. Okay, so according to my notes, the next thing that happens is Grump will start chuckling to himself.
It's
Forever,
reassuring.
he says to you. He says, "Forever the coward uses cowardly weapons, fights with cowardly magic, and then dodges like a coward." This is what he's saying to you. That's just the way he's going to talk to you. Because he thinks he doesn't think much
I
of
can
you.
sort
right
of understand the magic sort of critique in a sense. Everything else about it just is ridiculous. Oh, I use cowardly weapons, right? Because I have to get really close to someone to hit them with a dagger instead of hitting them with a spear from a distance. Whoa! Yes, you're right.
You can be talk. You can talk. This is the type of banter that you can do right now because you made that wisdom save.
Yeah.
If you want, you can. It's okay. I will let that happen.
Again, Tao is mostly going to be focused in self-preservation, but I think I will make a comment about the spear thing.
Yeah, you don't have to do it in a ridiculous taunting way. You can just present a logical argument as to why he's wrong.
Because that'll make a difference.
Gives you
He
the moral
doesn't
high
exactly
ground.
seem like a reasonable individual. All right.
My spears certainly seem a lot braver than trying to poke someone with a stick.
Oh.
Or my fangs is what I meant to say. My fangs seem a lot braver than trying to poke someone with a stick.
His response.
And I assume in this dream world I still have my daggers because it's the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
Of
In
course,
this,
yeah.
yes, you do.
Which is not good because
You just don't physically have. You have daggers. I
Yeah.
don't know how good they're going to be, mind you, but you have them. You see them. They have the things. Very good. So, interestingly
So just
enough,
give one a little twirl.
interestingly enough, as he says that sort of thing to you, what he's doing is he's trying to gain control of you, just by putting you down, making your will weaker. So at this particular point, you really, really want to make this wisdom save.
So this is like the second round, right? At this point.
Yeah, this is going to start the second round. Yes.
Okay. And again, and people in chat are asking, I do have lucky, which I will use.
And
Yes!
you really, really defy him yet again. You are really making this god.
I actually just barely slip around whatever mental effort he's exerting, and obviously again it's like a mosquito sting here, but I just give him a little zap of psionic brain feedback.
Okay.
It's the small successes you've got to relish.
You get sort of a chuckle from him, almost like a cat playing with its food. Like this whole thing just feels sort of. You feel good though. You feel like you're able to. You are strongly defying a god. You cannot put that down.
In this context, think about what's happening here. Which one of us is the braver? As I look up at this giant eye, right?
This guy.
Which one of us is the braver?
Yeah, and you can do that with that wisdom save 20. My God, man, you're doing really good. You're going to be a god at this point. All right. So,
he said it. He's a DM. I mean, word is lost.
That's
so.
what we
wait.
mean.
I'm
going to be the goddess of ties.
Take it.
The
Yeah, goddess of
Tau.
pie. Hey, that's good.
It's a very small pantheon, but people who worship are very enthusiastic.
Oh shit! All right,
If you can just summon pies, that's pretty sweet.
this is your initiative check again. So make it.
Oh,
Do you
Okay.
see it coming? Coming through the mist.
and
Actually,
The
he's got
red
a
and the
massive
black
bonus.
and the
I wonder what your
blue.
bonus. What is your bonus to?
The goddess of pie.
You dodge it again? Oh my God, this is amazing.
I
Okay.
am
just
so
do so,
glad I'm not rolling.
yes.
Yeah.
That. So
Right.
I sort of lean back, drop one arm back, and turn that into a one-armed backflip as I dodge with extraordinary grace. And
He
I needed
rolled.
pies for carbs today.
I think he actually rolled high enough that I don't think it's possible if you defeat his initiative. But the fact that you rolled a 20, you get to dodge it. Right, so with that acrobatic leap and a backflip, apparently, that spear thrusts underneath you as you sort of matrix out of the way. Woof! And it disappears back. And there is a bit of an anger that just sort of erupts from him. He is not happy to entreat with you any longer.
This is the second time I'm going to defeat you, Grump. Thought you'd be used to it now.
All right. So that's the next round. Nothing. You guys, and this is the interesting thing. Lasan and Eric, you're not seeing any of this really.
I know.
You
We're
got
just
the
sitting here
eyes
watching.
flittering, right?
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
How in real life is probably just sweating all over.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot
What
of that
about
going on.
this ghosty guy? Does he get to help out at any point here soon?
Well, from what you guys see, Eric and Lasan, you see the ghosty guy. He's very, very silent, and he's sort of dropping his guard, and he starts to seem to waver.
He's fading out in the physical world.
Yeah, he's sort of
Yeah.
moving back and forth in and out of existence there for you. And that is that round. So, wait, no, sorry, not the end of the round. Another wisdom save as Grumsh just absolutely bears down his eye. You now see Grumpsh's face. Grumsh comes down and looks you eye to your eyes at the moment you have eyes. And he's trying to win over your wisdom, your will.
Yeah, I was gonna say though, with these initiative checks, which are basically, in a very real way, they're dexterity rolls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to think it's like the Guardian of the Galaxy dance off mode at this point. That's what I'm gonna challenge him to.
Challenge him to a dance off.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go. I still have 2 lucky.
Okay.
Oh! It was
All
gonna
right.
be a 15.
So now,
Now we gotta
Eric,
find out what happens. It'd be lame if we never found out what happens.
Yeah.
Eric and Lasan,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
right?
Uh-oh.
Suddenly, a very
bunch of orcs
incapacitated,
appear.
at the moment, what looks like an incapacitated Tau, just doesn't even seem to move, but somehow is now standing on their
Like-
feet, just like woof, just right on top. Now they're right on their feet.
Oh,
And
okay.
they sort of do this maneuver, right, to grab weapons. But there are none, right? Because you guys took them.
Yeah.
And instead, roll initiative.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you guys roll initiative.
We
You guys
roll
roll
initiative?
Yep.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
here we go.
Oh no!
Here we go.
Spring forth and save me, burly protector.
I'm springing. Okay.
Yeah, that is a good one.
I did something.
All right.
Yeah, what am I going to do? Shoot her?
Lasan, well, as what Nameless actually
But
mentioned
keep
to
away.
you, he said try to restrain. If anything weird happens, try to restrain.
Yeah.
Right? So now it's only you, but you're going to have to try to restrain. You get there in time,
I got to
but you're
try
going
to
to have to
restrain.
try to restrain.
Get
Luckily,
behind her.
Lasan
Hold
just-
on. What?
All you have
Strength?
to do is make a DC 10, right? Because
Okay.
Tau is not very strong.
Okay.
It's just a DC 10
Hit him with the
strength
accordion.
check.
Ah.
Can you do it?
A DC 10
Isn't it,
strength check.
Isn't it usually athletics for?
It is usually, but just
is
in this
it?
case,
Okay.
yeah, no, it's just straight,
Okay.
Straight strength.
straight strength.
Okay.
Athletics would be better. Just straight up strength.
Yeah, it makes sense because it's not really a skillful kind of thing. Yeah!
You get it.
My hero!
All right, so Tao, you are restrained in your physical form. That is good. All right.
Accordion him. Ba-doo.
You guys are completely combating this in a way that I did not expect, and that's that. And that's that end of that round. So now initiative check again, Tao.
And oh, well, that'll
Good.
probably do. All right, 24.
You're gonna go for 24. He gets
I'm so happy I had advantage on
Okay.
initiative.
He
Yeah.
actually passes you because he rolled high enough. He rolled high enough last time, but you rolled a 20.
It's one of those. Yeah. You have to roll back really high, and he has to roll really low.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this time,
I was a little bit like held like a little off because I could feel maybe like something on my arms weirdly.
Oh,
right, you could
I
have felt
broke her
like something- what?
concentration.
right. So this time the spear comes out once again, and it does. This time it crashes, somehow finds its way right into the center of you, and it lifts you up. You're like right on the point of this thing. It lifts you up, and suddenly, what was a god in the clouds becomes a more of a form on the ground, more your size, as everything just sort of like quickly makes this shift. And you're on the tip of this spear as he brings it down and slams it face first on the ground, and you slip halfway on. You are now impaled.
Oh.
You are skewered. You are impaled on this spear. You
Won't see that in a Disney movie.
You're not this is figurative, right? But you immediately lose half hit points. You are now at half.
Round up or round down? I'm at 31.
Round down.
So I'm at 15.
Okay.
And bloodied.
Oh.
Okay, this
It's okay.
this
If
is
he
why it was
only
so
ever
imperative
hits
that
me
you
for
roll
half
high
my
the first
hit
two
points,
points.
I'll survive
Question.
forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Xeno's
Yeah,
paradox.
Question: half hit points. So we're going to see this physically?
No.
No.
No,
We
you
won't
don't
notice?
see
No,
this.
this,
No,
is-
you
this
don't
is
see
totally. This is totally mental.
Yeah.
Yes, but if
It's like the blood's coming out of my
The
nose.
little-
right
the-
now.
yes,
little
that's what I
trickle.
mean. Something like this.
Yeah, you
So
know
we're
what?
gonna
That
see
could
some-
happen.
I'm
Yeah,
out of
but
my
that
ears,
is a
too.
physical sign. Yeah, so something you can tell something went wrong. Yeah, I'll give you that as a symptom.
And could
or
we
as a
heal it?
sign. No, this is not something that you can heal.
I mean,
So
magical
what about
might be different,
like
but
after
you're feeling, kid.
Lisanne restrains her though? Wouldn't
Can you
Eric
come
also
over?
be able to like grab and
Yes.
help?
Yeah, now you
Yes.
can, which is
Yeah.
good
Come over
and
because
help.
there's going to
Yeah.
be another one of those checks. Physically,
Yes.
Could tell.
oh, what happened? There was that, and there was
Oh,
that.
man.
So that's
Right.
going on. Oh, Grump also finally starts to chuckle now. He was getting angry, but now he's chuckling. He's laughing to
So
himself.
he's holding me above him, right?
No,
Like,
he
spear?
has
No,
tamped the spear, so
Right,
you're
yeah,
kind of
right.
slid
Yeah.
down far enough to almost meet him eye to eye. You just
Okay, I
like
spit in his eye. No.
No.
Hold on, wait. No, I don't spit in his eye.
okay. All right, so so that was what he was looking to do. He was trying to do that for a few rounds. Now, this, however, doesn't interrupt, because I didn't write that down. I don't think that interrupts, because your wisdom beforehand was starting the summons. It's not a concentration check, so...
Yeah, no, I think if wisdom interrupted it, wouldn't it make it basically impossible, like, statistically?
Yeah.
So,
no,
yeah.
and that's why it's not here. Okay, so good. So after that happens, after that strike, after the tamp, which is just brutal, the Nameless does fade into the area. He does come in.
What took you so long?
Right now, before the Nameless gets to act, there is going to be another strength check, but there is now an advantage, or I should say, every single round that goes by, there's going to be some bonuses to Tal's strength. So right now, the DC is 12.
Ah.
Good.
So there's two of you that can roll them. Okay, so you easily restrain. In fact, the Sun, if you were to roll and you were to lose the break there, Eric is there to restrain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about that.
So like one person is in front of me holding my arms down, and the other person's behind and holding the arms back.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just to keep you from
So
moving.
with this damage, I just want to be clear that I know it's taking a mental thing, but the body, nothing will change in the body till she just dies.
We don't know if we don't know if she's actually going to die.
Yeah.
I mean, if
either.
we're seeing blood, if we're seeing things, there's nothing we can handle or help at a physical level.
Yeah, no, just the restraining part of it.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, if you guys were casters, there might be something more that you can do, but
Well, the Sun
She
does
has
have heal
a
spells,
cure
right?
spell.
I have a heal spell.
Well, I mean, like, no,
Spells.
that's different, though. I mean, actually, of a different caster level. Like, a caster,
Okay.
there's only a couple spells that could really help.
Okay.
And you would know them, but you don't.
But I
We have
don't.
fancy spells.
Yeah, you need to be, basically, you need to be either a cleric or a wizard. Or, I mean, a sorcerer. Okay. So,
Okay.
what happens next? Is that a donation? That comes in from E. Liacum. $26.09. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed. All right, so after that, let's go to the tap, and then the Nameless comes in. Okay, so Nameless gets to go. Nameless says, in Elvish. Do you speak Elvish?
I can do a decent Elvish impersonation.
Okay, so you don't speak Elvish.
Actually, I do speak Elvish.
You do.
Yeah, I do. I learned it from Figure Lisan.
Okay.
Yes, of course. We hang out. We've been friends for years. It's all good. It's all good.
Very good. All right, so you understand some of the words that the Nameless is saying right now to Grump. In Elvish, he is spewing forth some wicked insults. You had some insults, but this guy is loaded with them.
Your mama.
He is loaded with these insults. And actually, I have to make a... I don't actually pass that. So, Grumsh takes you again, and this doesn't do anything to you physically, or in terms of that, or whatever. But he takes you again. He sort of like he just sort of shoves the end of his spear, as mighty as the spear is, shoves it into the ground so that it stands upright, and makes appear a massive battle axe, and walks
So I'm like
forward.
pinned to the ground now.
Yeah, you're just like impaled. You're just there. And produces this massive battle axe and approaches Nameless, and without a word, combat begins between the two. Now, Nameless is a ghost at this point. He's still like he's around but not around in the physical world, but he's even stronger in this environment. This is his environment. And being able to fight sort of hand to hand with Grumsh is a thing that they can do. Now, Grumsh says back, in a language you can understand quite well, the reason, you learn really fast that the reason that he is nameless is because he lost it. Nobody remembers him because he was dishonorable, is what Grumsh is saying. Nobody remembers you. Nobody will ever remember you. You're going to die here in my domain, and be lost
No.
forever. In fact,
No.
Grumps is saying that Grumps is going to keep him here. He's not going to allow him to actually fully die. He's just going to keep him here as his plaything.
We may not have picked the best ally for this.
Yeah.
Tao's starting to have second doubts.
No.
Second thoughts.
You can have doubts. Don't let him in. Be strong.
So there's
Be strong.
we can flavor this up however you want. You know, for those who want to do like the whole DBZ shit, you know, you can do that, right? Or we can just have a normal fight where people are, you know, there's just back and forth a bit.
I don't know. I'm just noticing that, like, if Grump keeps the ghost there, then we still get the loot.
There is that. Now,
Or as
Nameless,
somebody said, we redistribute the things. Yes.
Yeah, can I pull out the spear? Can I, like, free myself?
You can try, but the problem is that you're kind of sealed in the ground, and to back yourself up is going to push you against the heavy ground, which is possible. You can make strength checks for that. But the way the spear is, it's got a hook at the top, right? Where it's like it's shaped like this, and it has two little barbs. So there's no real way to get off of it.
Right, but can I pull it out of the ground?
You could try.
Yeah,
You know what? Yeah, make some strength checks.
This is gonna be not good.
You know, it's psychic strength checks, right?
Yeah.
Use like
That's
int
true.
instead.
Okay, that is definitely
I'm
not
trying to
good.
decide. I only have one luck left. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna do this or save it. I think I've got to save it, so I'm not gonna reroll. Plus, obviously, I get no pluses to my strength, so.
Okay. All right,
Odds are
so
not great.
with the little bit of movement around, the only thing you really do is you tend to like sink yourself a little bit lower on the spear. So you're getting closer to the ground, mind you, but that's about all you do. Right. So these two are fighting. Make a. Actually, is that done? That one is done because he's already here and you've already done. No. Actually, no. Make a will save. You have to make another will save. Or
Wisdom save.
wisdom save.
List.
Okay, this I will use my final luck on.
Okay, you made it. Just damn barely. Just barely. Okay, so you do not, as you start to really, this pain is excruciating, right? What you feel, even though it's maybe not real, it's real enough to you.
Yeah. Real to me.
It's really excruciating. So what flips through your mind really fast is that all you have to do is just remove your eye and it's all over, right? And that's like not as much pain, right? That's what's going through your mind. But immediately as you start to reach for your eye, you're like, no. Then at that point you feel like you would have ultimately lost against Grumps. Grumps would have won. You're not going to let that happen, so you do not reach for your eye.
And again, this is in the dream world, so I was probably doing it with the dagger.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right. Yeah, with the dagger.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
you have the
and
dagger.
start hacking at the spear, and I realize it's probably a Grump's god artifact.
Right.
It's impossible, but still symbolically,
Mm-hmm.
I am trying to hack at the spear instead of my eye.
Actually, now that I think about it, though, this is the following round. No, this is not the following round. So these two are fighting. Now it's the following round. We're going to speed things up for this now. The following round, you take another half hit points.
Half current or half max?
Half. Actually,
Current.
that's a good question. One second.
No, don't look at
Two
us.
times half
Significant
max,
difference.
rounding the existing health down, is
Nate.
like 100%.
Don't look at. He leaves.
When the dungeon master leaves, it's
We're
it's
in
all
so
bad.
much trouble.
When
He's
Dungeon
going to go
Master
get a
leaves,
book
don't we
and
win
check.
by default? I think we
Yes.
win.
Woohoo!
We start making up our own story now, and then suddenly Grump has a heart attack.
And then Coralon Lithelian shows up.
We
with
we
his
made
boombox
you left.
on your front
we made
lawn.
some decisions.
Mhm.
We're fine. It's all good.
I'm happy to announce that it is half current.
Okay, so I'm gonna live forever. Yeah, well,
No.
except that we always around the rounding.
The problem is
so
that
I-
when every time you take damage from this
Can't
this thing, you have to make that save again.
Right.
So that's now your save. So you have to
All
make
right.
this.
Right.
I was
Okay.
at 15, so I'm gonna lose 8, so I'm at 7.
Yep. And now make your save. I said
No, again?
we're speeding things up, so it's a new
Okay.
round. And
I don't have any more lucks here,
DC
so
13 is. Is it
I've been
bad
worn
enough?
down. I've been worn down. I mean,
Yeah.
how much can I expect to put up?
Yeah.
To survive here?
All right.
A 5 is a really bad will save.
What you actually, you know what? As you start, you pull your dagger out, and now you are definitely about to jab this dagger right into your eye. You're gonna carve it right out.
I can't imagine what that would look like in the physical world. It's just
Nameless. What Nameless does at this particular moment, because he sees this about to happen. Oh, shit, though, he's not able to do it.
Oh.
What?
You know, DM, you could lie.
I could lie. That's true. I could.
that's not the kind of game we're playing here.
No.
No, I know.
All right.
Oh,
So.
God. Oh.
This is unfortunate, though. Because in both ways, this really sucks, right? Because this was the last round, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Tao, unfortunately, boom, starts to happen. In the physical world, Eric and
What's your name?
Lasan,
Go ahead.
you see the eye physically, an eye just start to it just disintegrates. It doesn't like bleed out or anything like that. The eye just kind of like just leaves. It's gone.
Right, because I was wondering if it was just going to turn white or whatever. But no.
Yeah, I was thinking just turn white, maybe. But okay.
Yeah, no, the entire eye just
melts.
drops out. There's now a cavity there, and it's completely bloodless, right? And this is nice, right? It's a completely bloodless. You know, it's gone.
I have to get you an eye patch for this from now on.
But
That's
the
all right. I
interesting
don't use any
thing,
ranged weapons. I mean, magic missile is self-targeting, so
yeah,
you know. It's
the
fine.
interesting thing that happens
Except for
though
the whole
is
like becoming a puppet of Grump.
yeah. Well, no, not technically. You fought against Grump. This is not. You know, I don't know.
Right, I didn't choose.
Yeah, you didn't really choose this. So yeah, the amulet. The amulet that is around your neck. This is the final round. As the Nameless is fighting Grump. How do I actually word this?
I'm assuming that
Because he was coming over to say he was already going to come over. He's already fighting your way. I forgot to mention this. They were fighting he was fighting in a way that sort of gets closer to you. Anyway, he reaches down and he was going to like slap the dagger away from you. And was going to then grab the amulet. So he doesn't get there in time to really slap the dagger away. In fact, he gets there just too late, which is my role. But he does grab the amulet and he rips it right off your neck. Like it just comes right off your neck in that realm. And
so the real one's probably just like a useless piece of whatever now.
Basically, the last thing you see is Grump's axe coming down as he's bent over grabbing that amulet and you're yanking it off your neck. Grump's axe comes down and cleaves right through the spirit, and then you're zapped back and you're right now you're sitting restrained by Eric and Lasan.
Who's in front of me and who's behind me? So who is looking?
I'm behind.
Okay, so Lasan.
I was sitting behind you at the start. You jumped up and it like took me by surprise. I didn't get you properly the first round, but like
right.
Yeah. In fact, you guys can start actually make some more strength checks because Tao is going to be ballistic at this point. Because you're like, coming back in.
Flung into the air?
Yeah, no, not ballistic like that. But you're going to be like your mood, your everything about you, because you're just coming out of that is going to be
wake up the star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right.
Someone waking up from a dream.
So can Lasan restrain you?
Oh!
Okay, so both Eric.
Elbow Eric in the face and like
Both Eric and Lasan are sort of just flung aside, and I'm not going to make anybody make any rolls for this. It's whatever. So this is just flavor. So you're flown aside as Tao gains some amount of vision, except for not all of it, and yeah, passes out. I'm going to say Tao, you just absolutely pass out on the floor.
Oh
That's fine,
God.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, this is what's going to happen in terms of game terms. Having lost your eye, you're stuck at 3/4 hit points until a long rest.
Oh God.
yeah, okay.
So you guys are not going to actually
I
move.
figure all the psychic damage and things like that, a lot of it would have to be.
You're stuck at
healed
3/4
for
hit points
resting
until a
anyway.
long rest. Okay. That could have gone worse. You still have an amulet. It's still there.
It's like a shitty thing made out of like bones and crap, right?
Yeah, basically.
It's not even a nice looking amulet.
You can take it off if you want.
I've taken off and like and just tear. Well, no, I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'm having my long rest now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right. So these guys are going to take a
Roll
long
Zahn
rest.
can check me. She knows that I'm alive.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. I
It's
mean,
just after
if
someone
I can't
has that
heal
great
anything,
trauma-
then
Mhm.
Is
Oh,
it,
my God.
over?
they're asking if I'm on the cultist side. I can't imagine why.
This is very interesting. Now we've got like Tao has a actual battle
know,
scar.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Look,
I'm.
I probably have a
changing
scar
green.
here too.
Oh.
Let's see. Look, green
No,
dye.
actually, I
Oh,
wouldn't say you
with a
do.
2.
What? What is
What are you
that
doing
for?
to me?
If I change my color to green, I get a 2 instead of a 1. It's awesome.
All right.
There we go.
I'm just gonna get rid of that.
Oh,
Cancel,
God.
minimize those notes. No, you should just wear shades. He's wearing shades now to hide that. All right. So if you guys do a long rest now, there is no. If you look around, or I guess the calmest person in the room, or the 2 calmest people in the room, are going to be Lasan and Eric. There is no.
Out of the
Nameless.
3 people in the room, yeah.
There is no Nameless.
There's no
Oh,
nameless,
there
yeah.
is no nameless.
Nameless is gone.
Okay, so while she's having a long rest, should we be investigating, Eric?
Do you think? But is it over? She's not gonna like freak out again? This isn't not like
Oh,
just
she's sleeping.
playing dead or.
Your intuition would be quite possibly that
Like bind
the
my
worst
hands
is pretty
if
much
you're
over.
I sure hope that was the worst.
Me too.
Oh God.
All right.
Okay, so I guess we could investigate around then.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, if it's just going to be like splitting the party, wise, you can easily.
Well, I don't know,
camp
how big
here.
is this? Tell us. Yeah,
how
I mean,
big is the
yeah.
tomb?
All right. This is what we'll do. We'll go ahead and switch you guys over. You can start to look around. If you want to look around, or you can decide not to by just having.
Let's
first
just see what we're
foray.
in.
So there we
What
go.
are we in?
So I'm gonna assume that if we do like a short rest, then I'll be conscious again. Although still at 3/4 of max.
Yeah, short rest, and that'll be fine. Yeah.
Oh, cave. This is like
Nope,
not
we
a
can't.
cave.
No.
This is not at all what I
It-
was picturing.
It was
Oh
a
my
cave
God.
at first, right? And then we found like the doorway. It was a secret doorway,
Holy.
and that's
Yeah.
when the ghost spawned. And yeah, I guess that's where the tomb is.
Mhm.
Wow.
very good.
This
Right
is
now.
nice.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
what I
obviously
thought we
not
were
tuned
in.
into the right
Now,
place.
now that you say
Kidding.
that this is nice, I will tell you.
Now
one
we all
little tidbit.
die.
Actually, you roll the spot. Who would be best for this?
Perception.
Oh, me.
Yeah,
Me.
perception.
Really good.
roll the everybody but Tao. Roll this perception check. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, we're on it today.
Okay.
There you go.
20.
That's good enough. Right. So
Green is better for me.
you notice that the floor, the stone floor, is exceptionally clean.
Beautiful.
Like, it's just, there's no dust, there's no debris, there's no nothing. It is just completely clean, polished even. It's like just beautiful, immaculate, if you will. And that's what you notice.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's all we see. So, what time of day? What I don't even. remember where
Right
we
now, and actually at this particular point, there is a bit of a thunderstorm happening outside, and
are. Okay.
you could, I don't know if you guys want the half ogre here with you, or do you want to leave him at the door, or
Yeah.
to watch
Yeah,
for
I mean
intruders?
we're just all here in this little center courtyard thing
Yeah.
here. Or this is where we are.
Mhm.
Well, I mean he's just right there. He's like 5 feet from us.
I mean, the
he's
question
okay.
is, are we gonna wait until I have regained consciousness, or are you gonna explore and have the ogre just carry me?
That could work too.
Because what could possibly go wrong? We've got an unconscious. You know what? Why don't I don't know what time of day it is. Is it if it's later in the day? Why don't we just make a fire or just camp and
As far as
take
we know,
care of
like
our friend here?
we found the graves. As far as we know, the main like expedition that we were chasing after is dead. So I
Yeah.
don't feel like there's a time pressure on us right
I
now,
don't either.
particularly.
Mm.
Let's just look after our. I'm just the whole healing thing. I'm feeling like we should be watching our friend a little bit. I don't know. Or if you want to explore, take the ogre with you, and
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
that makes a
just
whole
wait.
lot of sense. Yeah.
Let's just wait. in case there's a trap or there's a something. And
Yeah, exactly. We thought it was
wait.
smaller.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys want to do a long or a short rest?
Well, we have to get her well. We're gonna, however long that takes. We don't know what that's gonna be.
Yeah.
But take my cloak and make her a pillow and cover her up and just take care of her
Yeah.
until she's conscious again.
So yeah, after an hour, presumably, I wake up and you use your healing kit on me, and I use a couple of hit dice or something like that.
Okay.
So I don't know what 3/4 of 31 is. 31.
I mean, I will. You know what? I'll definitely try before we go into our long rest. Definitely try a healing spell. I don't know if it will work, but I think I would try
Well,
that.
it won't bring back. It won't bring back the eye.
Yeah.
No. But we want her well, right? So
Yeah.
definitely going to give that a shot.
So that's So between that and your healing kit and everything, I can get myself up to 23 after the short rest.
Mhm.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm still like shaken up, and
Yeah.
there's some internal damage that only proper sleep can heal. Dream
Or
sleep.
alcohol. Lots of alcohol.
Or that.
Right. Oh, and
I need
by
to
the way,
disinfect my interior.
you still
We need pie.
performed. I don't know what's gonna happen there. You don't even know what's gonna happen. You did lose an eye, right? But you didn't actually swear fealty to Grump, and the amulet is now
No.
broken. So there may or may not be anything associated.
Consequences.
With that. Yeah. So you were just gonna have to probably feel it out, find out. All right. So that's good. So everybody's back to sort of fuller health, I say.
Full,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all fine. The
Okay.
rest of us are fine.
Mm-hmm.
We just watched the show
And then do we successfully take a long rest after?
Yeah.
You want to do that?
without interruptions.
That's what we were
Feed our
talking
little
about.
ogre
Yeah.
friend here or whatever.
Yeah, we had to share some rations with him. Convince him our friend just needs to recover. Then we're gonna see what's in this place that's where his friend said there was good stuff.
Interesting. If you guys are you doing a long rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doing a long
Yeah.
rest. Okay. So actually, the only person who's really going to be able to do this is Eric. Eric, as you're trying to get a little bit of shut eye, whether or not you guys are taking rounds in terms of watch
Shut
or whatever.
eye.
Shut eye.
That's good.
Shut eye.
Yeah.
As you're trying to get
Shut
some
eye.
one eye shut. No, you got two, right? So you can just
Yeah.
let that dig.
I can shut one at a time.
Right. You start to have sort of visions again in this area. Around you, you have a certain area of light where you can sort of see. It's around like 15, 20 feet. You could see out to that particular point. Whereas at that point, it becomes enshrouded. It's like complete and utter darkness, blackness. You can't see through it. And there seems to be these shapes, almost like humanoid shapes, sort of staggering forward or like back and forth between, and they have their hand held out. They're just holding out their hand, and they're like almost like wanting something, wishing for something. And after that, you hear again in your you just sort of whisk right through your head is, "Make me the weapon."
What do I need for it? Like, what do you want? Asked like the hand outstretched like people.
Actually, do I have? What did it say? Anything?
I want you to grab him by the hand, use him as a bludgeon.
Yeah, just
Are you
bludgeoning-
familiar?
Yes. Use them as a weapon against
But
themselves.
to find out if this is one of those dreams where you can't do anything to the enemies, or one of those ones where you just like clean up, and you're just like throwing them around and like
Actually.
invincible.
Here's what I'll do.
There's always like one or the other, right? You never have a fair fight in a dream.
No, not really. It's even worse when you're trying to chase something, right? It keeps getting further and further away from you. All right. Or don't jump in a dream because you never come down.
Reading chat, sorry.
All right. So, what happens now? Lasan. I dare say you're going to be sort of conscious enough because this is going to be at the end of the rest. Conscious enough to sort of see Eric at this point. Just sit up. Right?
Okay.
Stands up.
Uh-oh.
And starts walking forward.
Awake or sleepwalking? Is he aware?
His
What
eyes
am I
are
seeing?
definitely closed.
Apparently, all
Oh,
of us
great.
have to be restrained when we sleep.
No. No,
Just a new rule
it's nothing bad. He just sort of like moves over to here. See the little circle?
Yeah.
He moves over to there.
No, show me.
And he sort of cups water in his hands. That's what he's done.
Okay.
That's what he's done. And he wakes up
Is he
himself.
drinking it?
No, he just cupped it in his hands.
Oh, good.
As I wake up, the hands up. I guess I don't know. I'd probably just like drop it because it's like surprising.
Yeah.
Drop it back in.
And that's basically it. So
And that's all.
That's it. That's all.
So, Eric, are you okay? Do you sleepwalk
Yeah.
often?
Just,
Or is this something special?
no. It's just just I don't know. Felt like face was dirty or something. But yeah. It's just weird dream stuff. All these weird amulet thing and stuff. I mean, weird dreams. Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Did I get that one? I don't think I've seen. Vanalator, thank you very much for the $18 donation. I very much appreciate it. And the $25 donation coming in from Lord of Time. Thank you very much, man. Your continued generosity. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Right, so
Okay.
everybody is basically back to sort of normal.
As normal as we're going to get for a while.
And just before you, right here, I will point this out right here. There seems to be, and it doesn't look like you can't see past here for some reason. Right here, I mean, it's there. You know, there's just this wall of blackness. That's it. It doesn't look like a door. It doesn't look like a wall, say, for instance. It's just a wall of blackness right in front of you.
And if you'd like some D&D distilled down to its awesome essence, check out the illustrated Tales from My D&D campaign.